Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Tom.
Hi, I'm Stephanie.
Today we're going traveling, and we're going to go to Europe. And no, we're not going to France. We're not going to Germany. We're not going to Belgium. We're actually going to Eastern Europe. We are roaming in riveting Romania. Romania. Have you ever been to Romania before, Stephanie?
No, I haven't. I've never been, but I hear it's beautiful.
Yes, if I had the time and the money, I'd probably go there. Of course, there are a lot of places I haven't been to that I would like to go to first, but if you're kind of well-traveled and you've been to pretty much every country there is in the world, and this is one you haven't been to, then maybe you might want to consider going there. But there's a lot of stuff to check out there in Romania. That, of course, is an Eastern European country, and there are several of those, but I guess because it used to be communist, it might have some special appeal to people, and it might have some of the old country left over, like old castles and stuff.
Well, one of the most fascinating things about Romania, well, two things actually. Dracula comes from there, at least the story. And also they have a lot of gypsies in Romania. They also come from Romania. Gypsies, wanderers who just go from town to town and live as a group, traveling from one little town to another. One of my best friends is Romanian, though, so I heard about the country from her perspective. Her family was able to escape while it was still communist. Her dad was actually caught, though, put in prison for a year. But eventually, they all made it to the United States. But it's a beautiful place.
Okay, so let's find out some more about riveting Romania. Let's read the entire contents of today's lesson now, one time.
A woman's scream splits the night air. Her skin is pale, and on her neck are 2 red bite marks. She's a vampire's latest victim, and the dark-cloaked figure has drunk her blood to continue living eternally. This is the chilling legend of Dracula. Yet haunting as it is, did you know its background is believed to have been inspired by a real place? That place is Bran Castle in Romania. This mysterious country has much more to offer than just stories, however. In fact, Romania has a charm all its own. That makes it a must-visit travel destination. Located in southeastern Europe, Romania faces the Black Sea to the east and borders Bulgaria, Ukraine, Hungary, Serbia, and Moldova. Because of its complicated politics, it is often outshone by other European tourist magnets like Italy and France. Romania has a war-torn history and also suffered under the communist rule of Nicolae Ceausescu, who was overthrown in the Romanian Revolution in 1989. After this period, Romania abandoned communism and adopted representative democracy. One reminder of Romania's past is the Palace of Parliament, a gorgeous white marble structure that is the second largest administrative building in the world. The colossal building's elaborate interior features 23 different sections. Besides being the seat of the Parliament, it is also known for its 3 museums, one of which is the National Museum of Contemporary Art. Of course, visitors can't leave without stopping at Bran Castle. This captivating medieval structure is currently open as a museum and even holds Halloween events. Guests are sure to be intrigued by its underground passages, ancient weapons, and suits of armor. With so many delightful places to visit, why not make Romania your next vacation destination?
All right, everybody. We're going to begin the month of February by talking about traveling in Romania. We are roaming in riveting Romania. Our author here is using a lot of R words to give us a rather catchy title here. To roam just kind of means to go from place to place. You don't really have a direction. You're just kind of moving around, traveling free and easy, doing whatever you want. And if you describe something as being riveting, that means it really excites you. It really makes you excited. So yes, you're roaming and riveting Romania. You're having a great time. You're having the time of your life.
Yeah, you're having a great time. It's kind of a cute title. Sometimes we do that. Yeah, and like Tom said, roaming isn't where you have a destination and you have a clock on you. You don't have a lot of time to waste. If you're roaming, you really don't have to get anywhere very fast and you just take your time. Riveting. You can't look away from something that's riveting. And Romania has a lot to offer. So our author starts out this particular lesson with a scenario about a vampire. And vampires these days are very popular. TV shows, movies, vampires are sure to get people to tune in. I'm not really into vampires, but there have been a couple shows I liked that featured vampires.
I could never understand the attraction
really?
myself. Yeah.
Oh, it's because they always cast really handsome guys as the vampire and really pretty girls, so you would let them bite you because, you know, they're sexy. So here's the scenario. We've got a woman screaming, and that scream is so loud, it splits the night air. It's just really loud and probably sounds terrified. If I had someone trying to kill me, I'd probably scream as if I'm terrified. So it splits the night air. Split here is not being used in a literal way. They're not really cutting something and dividing two parts up. They're actually just using it in a figurative way. It's just like it's so clear and loud that you can't miss it. So it splits the night air. If you split something, like I said, it's more about dividing something if you're using it in a literal way. Sometimes I'll split my sandwich with a friend, or we'll get a dessert and we'll split it because we don't want to eat all of it because it's got a lot of calories, something like that.
Yeah, and this, of course, reminds me of a gymnastics move, I guess, to do the splits.
Yeah.
Is when mostly girls kind of spread their legs apart and they can actually go all the way down to the floor with their legs going to the sides to do the splits there.
I've done the splits, yeah. You don't have to be a gymnast if you just, you know, stretch a lot. But the guy gymnasts, they definitely can do the split.
Probably takes a lot of training, and I can't really stretch that far myself. But in any case, I suppose that would be a noun to do the splits, but here we're using it as a verb. Her scream splits the night air. Her skin is pale, which means it's almost white, and on her neck, of course, are two red bite marks. That, of course, comes from the fangs of a vampire.
Yeah, those fangs are those long teeth that vampires have on the sides of their mouth, right?
Fangs.
Dogs have them too.
They do indeed. Lots of animals have them.
Yeah.
Wolves have them.
Yes.
Well, who is this person? Well, she's a vampire's latest victim, and the dark cloaked figure has drunk her blood to continue living eternally. I guess that's what vampires have to do, I guess. They have to drink blood in order to continue living or something like that.
Right.
And if you get bit by a vampire, you turn into a vampire as well. And so that's what happens here. Of course, when we see a vampire, he is dark cloaked. A cloak is like a cape you wear on your back. And of course, this one will be very black, almost like Batman or something like that. Although Batman has a cape, it's not a cloak, but they're very similar. A large piece of cloth that you put on your back. And drunk here is the past participle of drink, drink, drank, drunk. He has drunk her blood, and he's going to live eternally. Eternal means forever, so this is an adverb. To live eternally just means to live forever.
I was just looking. There is a database online called imdb.com, and it's an internet movie and TV show database where you can look up different things, movies and TV shows and the actors that are listed. There's actually a list of the 100 best vampire movies.
Okay.
I didn't know we'd made 100 vampire movies, but there you go. They are very popular. But like I said, it's because they cast really good-looking people. So you tune in to see them. So we've got this chilling legend. Legend's a story that's been passed down over time. Probably it's not true, but, parts of it could be true. Parts of it could be just made up. Dracula was a big movie when I was a little girl. I couldn't see it because it was rated R. So it was a little bit too adult for me. But I remember thinking, I'd let that Dracula bite me. He's pretty cute. So we've got a legend. We also use legend, guys, to talk about someone who's really excelled at whatever they've done. For example, we'll often talk about sports heroes that are really great as legends. Michael Jordan is a legend in basketball. He's a basketball legend. I'm going to use my favorite guy, Derek Jeter, is a legend in baseball. So they're still alive. They've just managed to do feats, F-E-A-T, feats, not your feet that you walk with, feats that are really quite astonishing, and most normal people don't have that much talent or skill.
That's right. So this is the chilling, haunting, scary legend of Dracula. Yet haunting as it is, or scary as it is, did you know its background is believed to have been inspired by a real place? Here we have the phrase to be inspired by, which means you see something or you go someplace or you experience something, and that then prompts you or encourages you to do something else. So the writer of Dracula may have gone to this castle and was inspired by that castle. Ooh, I'd like to write a story about that castle, or I'm going to include that castle in my story. So indeed, this was the inspiration for Dracula. At least that's what some people believe. Well, what is that place? It's Bran Castle, or Bran Castle. I'm not quite sure how you would pronounce that in Romanian, but in any case, this is in Romania. So that's the country we're talking about, Romania here. This mysterious country has much more to offer than just stories, however. I think it's kind of unfortunate that Dracula is associated with Romania. I think there are many other things about Romania that they'd rather be known for, but I guess when people say Romania, oh, that's the place that has Dracula.
I think of gypsies first, to be honest, but yeah.
Well, when I think of Romania, I think of that song by Ozone. I don't know if you know that band. La 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 dee. That's sung in Romanian, although the band was from Moldova. But in any case, that's what I think of when I think of Romania. Also, Romanian, I believe, is a Romance language, similar to Spanish, Italian, French, and Portuguese.
You know, it is just a story, though, that it's based on Bran Castle, because there's really no evidence that the writer of the novel Dracula, Stoker is his last name, even knew about the castle. But it's kind of fun to, think that up.
I don't think he even went there, did he?
No. Well, we don't have any evidence, so who knows? Maybe a friend told him about it. We don't know. So haunting as it is, it really is haunting. This place is Bran Castle, and I would definitely go if I made a trip to Romania. It's kind of smack dab in the middle of the country. So this mysterious country has much more to offer. Like I mentioned earlier, gypsies come from the area of Romania, and they're quite famous. They still exist today, people who just travel from town to town.
Aren't they called Romanji or something now? That's more the politically correct.
Romani are just people from Romania.
Okay.
So, yeah. In fact, it says Romania has a charm all its own. We'll often use that phrase, to have a charm all your own. You're kind of unique, you're special. Something about you sticks out that other places, people, or countries have that others don't. So it makes it a must-visit travel destination. You'll often see must visit as an adjective these days to let people know you can't miss something. It could be a must-see destination. It could be a must-see movie. It could be a must-do amusement park. So you have to do it or you're going to miss out. A destination, of course, is where you're going to go, where you're ending up. We'll often see that word destination as we go to the airport. What's your destination? You'll be asked when you check in at the counter.
And what are you going to do in your life? That is your destiny. That's related, but here we're actually just talking about travel, your travel destination, where you're going. Okay, that brings us to the midway point of our explanation. It's time now to listen to our Chinese teacher.
Hello everyone, my name is Tina. 我们今天要去观光的国家呢，叫做罗马尼亚，英文称之为 Romania. 我们首先来看到第一个空格的句子，这里写着 Yet blank one, did you know its background is believed to have been inspired by a real place? 在前面句子的开场呢，提到了这个吸血鬼的故事，德古拉的传说。然而怎么样，这个传说怎么样呢？但是你知道它的 background 背景呢，其实正是被一个真实的地点所激发的。那我们来看一下第一题的选项，在这里要考同学文法句型结构。在英文里面呢，我们可以把要强调的形容词、副词或者是名词放在句首，再用 as 加上主词跟动词，就可以用来表达虽然怎么样。而以这样子的文法句型结构呢，第一题的标准答案我们就选择 B, haunting as it is。 接着来看到第二个问题， In fact, Romania has a blank too all its own that makes it a must-visit travel destination。 在这里提到的是，事实上呢，罗马尼亚这个国家有怎么样，然后 all its own 代表是自成一格的，而这个东西呢，使得它成为是你一定要去的 a must visit 的一个 travel destination 旅游景点。第二题的 A 选项 threat 威胁， B flaw 缺点， C destiny 命运， D charm魅力。这个地方非常有自成一格的魅力，所以一定得要去看一下。所以第二题根据文意，标准答案就选择 D charm。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Let's continue now to talk about Romania. Where is it? Well, it's located in southeastern Europe, and Romania faces the Black Sea to the east and borders other countries like Bulgaria, Ukraine, Hungary, Serbia, and Moldova. Look it up on the map, and you'll see that it's actually quite a large country. Not as big as France or Germany, but still pretty big. There are probably lots of things to see and do there. Now, because of its complicated politics, it is often outshone by other European tourist magnets like Italy and France, and maybe even some other ones in Eastern Europe as well. That's because of its complicated politics. Maybe people don't really want to go there. They'd rather go to Italy or France because of their great food or their great architecture. So here we've got the word outshone. That's the past participle and past tense of outshine, which means something has more attention than something else.
Yeah, if you outshine somebody, you stick out. You're so bright a light that people want to look at you and not anything else. So it is often outshone by their European countries just because I think they've gotten more publicity. A lot of those Soviet Union countries, you couldn't visit them. You couldn't get in. You couldn't get out. You know, it was tough back then. So unfortunately, they went a long time without people being able to go. So because of its complicated politics. So we've got here, it says Romania has a war-torn history. If a country has been involved in a series of wars and they've lasted many, many years, we'll often refer to it as a war-torn area or a war-torn country. Again, we're taking these two words, putting them together, and they're turning into an adjective, as we often do. They also suffered under the communist rule of Nicolae Ceausescu, who was overthrown in the Romanian Revolution in 1989. This wasn't really that far back in history. It was a big deal. If you overthrow a government, you've got some rebels who rise up. It includes violence, so people are killed, but they rise up and they get rid of the current government and they install a new government, or they decide as a country they're going to have elections and they're going to have a democracy. That's what happened. They actually took Ceausescu and his wife, Elena, and they executed them. They killed them.
That's it? They didn't torture him?
Oh, maybe they did. Oh, I'm sure they tortured them too.
That would have been more fun.
Yeah, they weren't good rulers, so they had to pay the price. Now, after this period of time, Romania actually abandoned communism, thank goodness, where people have no freedom, and adopted representative democracy where everyone has a vote.
Communism, of course, you know what that is. Mainland China is communist, and there are still, at least 3 countries in the world, North Korea,
Venezuela.
Cuba, Venezuela, I guess.
Socialist,
and socialist, communist, okay. And they have adopted representative democracy. Representative means you have your representatives. You elect them locally, and they go to some parliament somewhere and have fights and throw tables at each other and stuff like that. Now, one reminder of Romania's past is the Palace of Parliament, a gorgeous white marble structure that is the second largest administrative building in the world. Ooh, I wonder what the largest one is.
I know.
But in any case, Parliament is like Congress is in the United States. Britain, of course, has Parliament. Canada has its Parliament, just a House of Representatives. So they have this Palace of Parliament. It's gorgeous, which means it's beautiful. It's made out of white marble. And administrative here just means it has to do with governments and offices and taking care of administrative things for cities and counties and the country and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're running something if you're administering something. Administrative assistants is just a glamorous title for secretaries. So this colossal building's elaborate interior features 23 different sections, if you can just imagine. If it's colossal, guys, it's huge. The word Colosseum is related to that. A Colosseum's like a huge stadium, right? Way back in history. Elaborate, it's very decorated, you could say. And the interior of something is the inside. If you're an interior designer, you're somebody who chooses carpets and drapes and sofas and chairs and things like that for a house or an office. So interior means the inside. The exterior would be the outside. It can be an adjective or a noun. Besides being the seat of the parliament, where it's located, that's the seat. It's also known for its 3 museums, one of which is the National Museum of Contemporary Art. Contemporary means modern or in a time that exists today or current time. So if you're going to a contemporary museum of art, you're seeing art, paintings and artwork that is from the modern period. People who live pretty much right now today or very close to that.
Yeah, there's a museum in Taipei, of course, called the Museum of Contemporary Art, or MoCA for short.
We have MoMA in New York City.
Okay, that's modern art. But in any case, let's move on to the next paragraph. Of course, visitors can't leave without stopping at Bran Castle or Braun Castle. This captivating medieval structure is currently open as a museum and even holds Halloween events. It's captivating, which means it captivates you. It really captures your attention. It fires your imagination.
It's very close to that word in the title, riveting. If something's riveting, it's also captivating. You can't look away. It's got a medieval structure, medieval times, back in the 1100s to 1400s. So it's kind of a cool place to go, especially if you can get there on Halloween. I would love to go. I bet it's scary. Guests are sure to be intrigued by its underground passages, ancient weapons, and suits of armor. If you're intrigued, you're very curious about something. You'll want to find out more. It's not boring, to say the least. So you've got lots of things to check out. The suits of armor, back in the day, in the medieval times at least, soldiers would have metal clothing, I'm going to call it, metal clothing over their clothes to protect them from swords and knives and things like that when they were fighting. That's armor.
So you can see all that stuff in the underground passages there of Braun Castle. And with so many delightful places to visit, why not make Romania your next vacation destination? Okay, so it's probably too late to make travel plans now for the winter. But hey, maybe you can go there during the summer when temperatures are more pleasant. And you can check out lots of things in Bucharest, the capital, and other places in Romania. Hey, I'm kind of intrigued myself because Romanian is a Romance language. It's probably very similar to Spanish, which I speak fairly well. So, hey, I might be able to pick up some Romanian there faster than normal.
I don't think it sounds like Spanish because my friend Mihaela, she speaks it, and it sounds very different to me.
Well, French does too. So, it's kind of a foundation in any way. But in any case, that brings us to the end of our lesson for today. It's time now to listen to our Chinese teacher.
接着我们来看到第3个空格的句子 Blank 3 its complicated politics, it is often outshone by other European tourist magnets like Italy and France. 它的 complicated politics 复杂的政治背景，所以呢，它被其他的欧洲旅游的景点，像是意大利跟法国被比了下去。在这里我们来看一下第三题 A instead of 取而代之的 B because of 因为 C except for 除了什么之外 D regardless of 不论无论，所以正因为它有着复杂的政治背景，以至于跟其他欧洲国家来相较之下就黯然失色了。根据文意，第三题的标准答案就选择 B because of。接着第四个空格的句子写着After this period, Romania blank for communism and adopted representative democracy. 在这里提到1989年呢，这样子的一个共产统治被推翻，所以在这个时期过后，根据前面的文意呢，罗马尼亚国家针对于共产主义采取了怎么样的态度，然后就 adopted 采纳了 representative democracy， 就是所谓的代议民主制度。来，我们看第四题的 A 选项 abandoned 本来是有抛弃的意思，在这里可以解释成为终止放弃。 B requested 要求， C declared 宣告， D endured 根据文意，第四题要选择 A abandoned。第五个空格 One blank five of Romania's past is the Palace of Parliament. 在这里要提到的呢，这里很重要的建筑物，也就是罗马尼亚的议会宫，它是一个对罗马尼亚过去的什么呢？第五题的 A 选项 Remark评论， B costume 戏服， C reminder 令人回忆的东西， D command 指的是命令。看到这个建筑物就让人回想起罗马尼亚光辉的过去，搭配文意，第五题就选择 C 选项 reminder。接着第六个空格提到 Besides being the seat of the parliament, it is also known for its 3 museums. Blank 6 is the National Museum of Contemporary Art. 在这个国会大厦当中呢，有很多重要的建筑物，其中呢就是称之为国家当代艺术博物馆。这里要考考文法句构，第六题前面有个逗号，然后我们需要一个连接词，然后又跟前面的这个关系呢要把它产生连结，所以又可以当作连接词，又可以当作关系代名词，我们就选择 B 选项的 one of which。接着第七个空格 With so many blank 7 places to visit, why not make Romania your next vacation destination? 看完今天的文章，你会发现这些地点怎么样呢？ A. Shameful 可耻的， B. Sorrowful悲伤的， C. dreadful 可怕的， D. delightful 令人高兴的。这些地点都会让人非常的愉悦高兴，所以下一次一定要去这个地方参观。第七题的正确答案就选择 D. delightful. Okay, that does it for today's program. Thank you.That's
it for today, guys. We hope you get a chance someday to roam around riveting Romania. For English Digest, I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Tom. Goodbye.
Bye.